Hello friends, it's Kristine Vicente with Queen City Stamp Art, and I'm back again today to share another beautiful, clean and simple Sunday card, this time using brand new product from the annual catalog. I've been having a ball playing with this and I couldn't wait to show you this card. It came out so good and I'm really excited about it. So we're going to dive right in, but I just wanted to point out a couple of the products that I'm going to be using today. The first is the Daisy Garden stamp set. And this stamp set is actually just one large daisy image. That is actually about the size. It's maybe slightly bigger. Yeah, I guess it is a little bit bigger than the picture on the case, but it's a beautiful single image. And when I have these single images, they of course come with the adhesive label that you can put on the foam, but I like to use them just in the case. A lot of times I'll use them in the Stamparatus like I do with the Brilliant Butterflies, that Butterfly Brilliant stamp. I've had that one in my Stamparatus for a while just because I love using it that way. This would also be great in the Stamparatus, but it also works in the case, and I'm going to show you how it works when we get to the stamping part. So we're going to be using that stamp set. We're also going to be using this new embossing folder. It's called Pretty Flowers, and it does a gorgeous embossing on cardstock. I absolutely love it. The debossing side is just as beautiful, and I'm going to show you that too. Oh, actually, I could show you that right now because it's already done. So this is the embossed side, and I don't know how much you can see that on camera, but it has a beautiful texture to it. But when you flip it, the debossed side is also beautiful. It's definitely more of the outline that you're going to have pronounced as opposed to the actual shapes, but it's beautiful both sides. It really is just kind of your personal preference, like with any embossing folder. But I love this one, and so this is a new favorite of mine, and you'll probably see it again, but I just wanted to point out that I'm using it on this card. I'm also going to be using some of the brand new Baker's Twine Essentials pack. When I first saw the new catalog, I got all giddy about this because I love Baker's Twine, as you probably know. And this comes in 5 colors. It comes in white, vanilla, black, crumb cake, and smoky slate. So it's a beautiful assortment of all different colored twines in neutral palette, and I love that. So we're going to be using some of the white twine. And then we're also going to be using these beautiful in color jewels from the 2021 to 2023 in color series, because the color that I'm using on this card is the polished pink, which is the brand new pink color in the new in colors for this year that were just released. So let's get started with some stamping. Oh, and there's 2 other products. I'm going to be using the Hello Sentiment from this Forever Fern stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it on a little panel of scalloped rectangle from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So that's the last of it. So the ink colors today, we're going to be using basic gray for the sentiment and polished pink to stamp the daisies. So let's get going on this one. We're going to start with just a normal base card like this, and I'm going to layer on this beautiful embossed panel that I love, and I'm using it with the embossed side up so you get to see less of the outlines and more of the fill, just like that. We'll set this aside for now and we'll do a little bit of stamping. So we'll start by stamping the sentiment in basic gray, and I like to use the basic gray sometimes instead of black just because it's like a soft black. So there's the sentiment. Then we're going to use the we're going to pull out that stamp again. And we're just going to open the case nice and flat and take the sticker out and open our stamp, our ink pad. And then the piece that I'm stamping is just this little rectangle. So I'm going to just kind of keep my inking to the center of this flower and try not to go too far off the edge because I don't want to have any blushing or residual ink where I don't want it. And then when I stamp that, then I'm going to lay the piece of paper down where I want it. So I'm kind of gauging where I have it based on where the flowers are. And I'm just going to lay it down like that. And then I'm going to use an empty block, and I'm just going to go over the surface of it with the block to make sure that all of the edges are inked. And then, oh, it lifted up. And there we go. And here it is. Pretty good. I missed a little tiny bit in the center, but that's okay. it's really kind of meant to be a little sketchy, so it actually, you wouldn't even notice it really on the card. So then I'm going to take and layer these two pieces together. Oops. And I'm just going to have a little border on the top and the bottom, like that. And then this will get glued to the base card, nice and flat. You could pop this layer up with adhesive, dimensional adhesive, but I mail most of my cards, so I tend to keep them kind of flat, except for the sentiment or a little focal image, and that's what we're going to do in this case. So we're going to add this little hello to the front of the card, but first I want to take some of that twine, and I'm going to be using the white, and I'm just going to make a bow, but I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than I normally do. So I'm just going to kind of make it a little bit bigger than usual and trim the ends. And then I'm going to take my glue dot and I'm going to adhere the bow down here like this. And then I'm going to take some dimensional adhesive and put that on the back of the sentiment, one on each end. So I leave a little bit of room for the knot. And I'm going to place this over the knot. Just like that, so that the tails kind of stick out. And then I think I'll trim this one just a little bit because it's hanging off the card here. There we go. And then to finish this, we will add some of these beautiful sparkles. So I'm going to use the ones in the polished pink color. I'll just add a couple. I'll put one here and then maybe one of the little tiny ones up here. Like that. Just like this. And that's the beautiful card for today. I'm so excited about this. It was so easy to make and it has such an interesting look. It's kind of different from what I normally do. And I got really excited when I was playing and I came up with this and I couldn't wait to share it with you guys. So thanks for watching today. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I always love to hear from you. If you're not a subscriber, just hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a video. You'll be notified every time I publish. I usually publish on Sundays. And one nice, clean, and simple Sunday video. And if you love these products, they will be listed in the description of the video. And if you want to place an order, you can go to KristineVicente.stampinup.net, use this host code, and if your order's over $50, you'll get a little treat of Happy Mail in the mail from me. So thanks again for watching. Have a great week.